So in this discussion today, what I'd like to speak about is the idea of comfort zones and speak a little bit about my experiences with comfort zones and trying to push myself to get outside of my own comfort zone. So when I think about that idea, I think a lot about my bed. I'm there, I'm relaxed, I'm comfortable, but most of all, I'm safe. I know that nothing can really happen to me that's unexpected when I'm in bed. But the second that I make that choice to step out of bed, I'm stepping out into the unexpected. I don't know what can happen on any given day. And just as it's important for us to get out of bed, so to speak, it's as important for us to step outside of our own comfort zones and get better with this feeling of being uncomfortable and get more at ease with that feeling. So whether this happens on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, monthly basis, or yearly basis, each time that we're given these chances and these opportunities to step out of our comfort zone, it allows us to grow both personally and professionally. So as Adelia has said, I was born and raised in Seattle. I grew up here. I went to kindergarten through college here. I graduated from the University of Washington. So these have really been my only roots. As soon as I graduated from UW, I ended up getting a job here, and I was working in that career job for about a year and a half, and I realized I really need a change. I need something different because I've just been doing the same thing in the same town with the same friends. So my dad had been an avid traveler, and he had traveled throughout Europe and Southeast Asia by himself for years on end, and he always relayed these experiences to me and always talked about how much he cherished these memories and these times that he had so many years after the fact. So with his push, one of the greatest examples for myself of stepping outside of my own comfort zone was when I decided to leave my friends, my family, my hometown, and my job and pick up and move to Australia. So I got my visa, I got a one-way plane ticket, and I took off. I didn't know what I would do for work. I didn't know how long I would be gone for. I really had no idea what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to change, so this was about as big of a change as I could make. And as soon as I landed, a couple things came through my mind. One, I was just tired. It had been 40 hours of travel and I was exhausted. And number two, as soon as I got there, I was wondering, what the hell am I doing here? I had no idea. And so in that first day, I was having these feelings of kind of regret and wondering why I left all those things and my comforts of being back home. But each day during that first week, I made the choice to challenge myself, to step out of my comfort zone each day. So whether that meant meeting a couple new people at the hostel or exploring a new part of the city, I was going to do that day by day. And by the end of the first week, I was already feeling more comfortable with this idea of getting myself in uncomfortable situations and being okay with that. And this trip turned out to be one of the just the best decision I have made so far in my life, because I was able to meet so many different friends from all over the globe that I would have never met. I got a great job in downtown Sydney, was able to then work and travel and live in Australia for a full year.
Wow.
And through this confidence that I built throughout that year, kind of pushing myself to get into these uncomfortable situations, I grew at ease with traveling on my own. And so once my visa expired after that first year in Australia, I then flew up to Southeast Asia by myself and ended up traveling there for about 6 months. And I just continued to have so many more unique experiences and met so many more people. And again, it kept coming back to, if I would have never stepped on the plane that day, as terrified as I was, I would have never had this experience of traveling and doing all these things that I will now cherish for the rest of my life. So kind of tying this all back together with this idea of pushing yourself and getting outside of that comfort zone, it doesn't need to be something where you move to a new country or you switch careers. It can be as easy as a decision of whether or not you're going to raise your hand in a class or meeting, or step up and do that presentation you wanted to do, or the classic example of asking that guy or girl out that you've always wanted to. we're faced with these decisions and these choices on a day-to-day basis. And we always have that ability to get back in bed, so to speak, to just get back to our own safety, to be relaxed and where we feel comfortable. But it is in those experiences when we push ourselves to get into the unknown and to get into those uncomfortable feelings that we usually grow the most. And a lot of these experiences are the ones that we usually cherish the most for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Wow.